Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. And to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe. And after that, click the bell sign. That's where you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So in today's video, I actually decided to address this thing that's been on my mind for a while. I've made posts on Facebook and asked this question. I never get a reply. I honestly never get a reply. And what do I want to address? The question is actually a question. The question I'm asking, and I mean this question from the bottom of my heart, like I really mean it. I really mean this question from the bottom of my heart. I'm asking this question because I'm someone that I'm not great with politics. Like there's so much about politics I do not understand, and I'm just like every other person on the street or every other layman in Nigeria that just knows, okay, yeah, there is a protest going on. We know our opinions about the protest. Oh, there is salaries are not paid, ASU on strike, stuff like that. That's all I know. But I don't know all the how do I say it, the in-depth and all the whatever political aspect of, things, right? And I think I'm going to be addressing this video as, from the point of view of a layman, right? So what I want to say is this, because I sat down the other day and I was thinking about it. I have friends that are great fans of Buhari. You see, I won't call myself a Buhari lover or a hater or whatever. It's like, you see, and another thing is if you live so far away from Nigeria, there is so much you will not get to know what's going on. All you know is whatever you see on social media. That's all we see. Like a lot of people living abroad would not understand what's going on till when you go on holidays and you'll be like, okay, look at the roads. This road was better than this the last time I was here, or look at the airport. Most Nigerians that live abroad will be like, look at the airport when I go back. Oh my goodness, that is one thing people always talk about is when I got to Nigeria, the way the airport was when I got there. There was no air conditioning and stuff like that. And so I wanted to make this video to actually, give us a chance to actually evaluate the job or the position or the role or the activities, or what other word can I use, achievements of President Buhari. And when I'm asking this, when some people be like, oh, since he's been in power, security has gone worse than it was before. This is that's going on, this is going on, and people are like, he's not doing anything about it. And there are people that actually say, oh no, he's done a lot. And so he really has people that absolutely love him, and they would praise him. They're so happy, about him and everything. So I actually wanted to make this video too. I want to give such people a chance to educate those of us that may not know the achievements of Buhari or some things he has done since he's been in power that some of us may not be aware of, especially those of us like myself that are not living in Nigeria, so we don't get to see the day-to-day situation of the country. Can you actually start listening to those of us that do not know what he has achieved since he's been there? Sometimes people will be like, oh, you're only talking about the negative side of such and such a person. What about the positive sides? And the thing is, you always end up talking about what you know. And the truth is that what we know are all the negatives and all the negatives and all the negatives. So this is a chance for those people that know the positives, that knows the amazing things he's achieved, whatever way he's brought the country forward or he's brought improvement or better things into the country. Tell those of us that are clueless so that we can learn. So that those that are complaining about the things that are not going right may be able to balance it with the things that he's doing right and be able to say, okay, look at where he's coming from, or look at what is going on, or look at what we've missed, look at what we've not taken note of, So, because personally, if I think about his time in power, and we talk about Boko Haram is still a problem, and you're sometimes wondering, is he actually addressing the problem? Is he actually doing anything about it? We don't know. Today we're still talking about the little girl the little Christian girl that was, till date there's nothing happening. There's not, and then you talk about the so-called Sambisa forest or Sambisa forest, and they say people are being and kept, and I'm like, you see, sometimes people kidnap and you don't even know where they are. And then you talk about people being kept in the forest, and from a layman's perspective, and I'm thinking to myself, it's just a forest. Can the Nigerian army not be equipped enough, trained enough to storm a forest and rescue people? I've always wondered, are they not, like, what? How can an ordinary Boko Haram, a group, hold the whole country captive? This is not even war. If we cannot, if as a country, if as a country, Nigeria cannot defeat Boko Haram, just a group of people. So what's going to happen if another country was to bring war to us as a country? How can we then fight another country if we can't fight a group of how many people? You know what I'm trying to say? And then you talk about what actually made me want to make this video. I was watching, videos today about this so-called Shiite stuff going on in Abuja, and I'm like, what is going on? You see that, and I'm literally see the way police was handling people, the way they, and I'm like, this is the capital of the country. This is the capital of the country, and that this is going on. It's easy for those of us that live abroad to feel like, oh, we're safe or far away from there, but it's disturbing to see all these things. And it's really baffling. It's really baffling. Our country does not seem to be going forwards from where I'm looking. Instead, it seems to be going backwards. You're wondering, is there any improvement at all? Is there anything different? Is there even hope? We're talking of that one, and then the Fulani herdsmen. I have made video where I talked about, I couldn't even watch some of the things that I have seen they've done. I couldn't even watch the videos. And the president, I personally haven't seen him addressing these things as a problem. It's almost like the country is being run. It's like, so that's, you're wondering, who is running the country? Like, I don't even know. Like I'm saying, I'm not great with political discussions. I wouldn't watch too many of the political, kind of news stations and stuff like that. So I'm speaking from a layman's perspective, from what I see and what I have observed. I personally don't see a president that seems to be interested in solving these problems, interested in addressing these issues. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna, and I may end up saying the word I don't know so many times, because that's the truth. I do not know. Those of you that support the president, that are his fans, educate those of us that may not know exactly what about him gets you excited. Because I know people that they post about him and they're always talking about him in a very like a positive way, like they admire him and everything. I would want to get was a glimpse of what it is about his time as a president that that you were seeing that we are not seeing. And I keep saying it especially for people like us that do not live in Nigeria, and we only go by what the media. Sometimes they say the media just share only the bad news, they're not sharing the good news. Help those of us that do not get to see this other amazing side that some of you see. Help us to see that side. Help us to understand that side. If you can list for us the achievements of President Buhari, so that a lot of us can actually come on board and begin to understand these achievements as well. What would you say he has achieved since he's been in power? What would you say, in future when he's gone from being a president, what will he be remembered for? And like I said, those of you that actually praise him and you admire him and you adore him, bring us on board. Let us know what we are missing. What exactly is it that gets you excited? Look at that. And today I was looking through I save pictures a lot. If I see a picture online, I save it and I keep it. I save pictures a lot. And there was this picture I saw once, and I saved it. It's a picture that was showing Nigerian Airways, I think 1971 or something like that. And then showing it now that we don't even have an airway in the country. And, and you see, look, like I have a friend of mine that lives here in Europe with us. She was here and then she went back to Nigeria for like a year. And by the time she came back, she was like, oh my goodness, everywhere has transformed even more. Like new buildings, the government is building. There are a lot of new buildings, and there was, what's it called, new road. Even the signs on the road markings, they renew them every single year. As a night nurse, I would work night shift, and before I started doing night shift, I didn't understand. Sometimes I drive past the road, and the next day I'm passing the road, and everything looks new. I'm like, oh, when did this happen? And later on, it was when I started doing nights that I realized that I realize that when people go to bed at night is when they do a lot of the road works. And I'm driving at night and I see this work being done. Sometimes I'm driving back in the early mornings, and I see these roads being done. So by the time people wake up and the roads get busy, they come back and the roads are transformed. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is the country where the taxpayers' money is doing something. You know what I'm trying to say? But then I go to visit Nigeria. One place that there used to be road, that road is so bad, so damaged beyond repair. Like so damaged that it's like potholes everywhere. So you come to Nigeria, the road you saw year before and you come back, the road is so bad. So in Nigeria, everything seems to be going backwards rather than forwards. I remember I traveled with Nigeria with my family years back, and I went by road. Oh my goodness, 4 hour journey became like 12-hour journey. How can there be traffic jam? Traffic jam on express road. How is that an express road? And you're looking at this and you're like, do we even have a government? Do we even have a government? So I don't know. When I just few things recently that has been on the news, the Shiite, whatever happening in Abuja, and we're talking about the Fulani, things going on here and going on there, and so much going on. Other countries, whenever anything happens, anything at all, you will hear the president, the first thing the next morning, the president will come out and make a speech about it. Anything at all. But our own doesn't seem to be making any speech, as if he does not know that these things are going on. And you want, I don't know, to be honest, I don't even say too much about this. I won't say too much about it. I just seriously wanted to make this video and say, let's actually give a chance for people to list for us the achievements of President Buhari. Let's actually list them so we can say, okay, no, he's juggling this, that's why he's not had time for these ones. I really mean this. I really mean these questions. Do this to enlighten those of us that are clueless, so we get a feel. Because it's good to balance these things, not to be like, oh yeah, whatever is there in the press or social media is what we go by. It's good to balance these things. Help those of you that know his achievements, especially those of you that are in Nigeria that may be seeing this and we don't see them. Please leave us a comment and just list to us the amazing, the achievements, the achievements of President Buhari so far, just to educate the rest of us. I think that's all I'm gonna say in this video. And with that, I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye.